I'm not
Page.
doing it anymore. So,
Oh, okay. Oh, look at we're live.
yay! Hey, everybody!
How
Where are
quickly,
you
doesn't it?
coming from? Let us know who you are, who invited you, and what area of the country you are joining us from. We're so excited you're here. Janine George, Janine Volano George, Mary Grace Lewandowski. We are leaders in the Park Lane Grace and Grit organization.
We
I'm
sure
coming
are.
from St. Louis, Missouri. Janine is coming from Allentown, Pennsylvania. Oh, there's a Guso. So people are seeing us and joining us. We have to push some extra buttons now that we have all this newfangled technology.
We
So
do, and
I
I'm
have
doing
a
that right
space
now.
filler. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we do need a little filler in the beginning. But I actually don't mind doing the extra buttons, Mary Grace, because it kind of gives time for people to hop in. Because I don't think Facebook like instantaneously tells
Yeah,
people
that's a
you're
good point.
live.
That's a good point. Yeah. I'm so
So
used to everybody wanting me to do everything so fast.
I know, I know. Listen, I just want to extend I hope everybody had a great weekend and a good Mother's Day for those of you who are moms out there. We certainly have a lot of women in our organization, so I'm sure there's a lot of mom influencers out there that had a wonderful, Sunday. I hope that you had a good time with your families and your friends. So once you're hopping in, guys, if you could do us a solid favor and not only let us know you're here by dropping a comment, but let us know what part of the country you're from, since Mary Grace already introduced where we are from. And I'm going to say hello. Did you say it's Aguso? Am I saying that right?
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah.
love that name. Casey, hello. And she's tagging people. Okay, good. Well, that works.
Yes.
Hello, everyone.
Guso is a fashion stylist with
Nice.
Park Lane.
Nice.
She's one of us.
One of us. Yes, yes, yes. So listen, if you are watching, please drop a comment and I will ask that, continuously through this whole thing. So tonight, how we're going to do this, because we want to be very responsible for your time. We appreciate you stopping in. If you caught this live, thank you so much. Definitely drop a comment. Let us know you're here. If you're catching this on the replay, we also ask that you please drop a comment and let us know you watched it. So what we like to do is we like to do a little question and answer with our executive company vice president, Mary Grace Lewandowski, and I'm going to ask her 4 simple questions that kind of everyone asks when they're interested in possibly getting involved in direct sales. This is something that we want you to just listen to. We want you to listen with an open mind. This might be something that would be a perfect fit for you and your family, or it could be something that is a perfect fit for somebody you know. So being an ambassador to our brand and sharing what we are talking about and inviting people to come and and follow this business page, Grace and Grit Studio, really helps us out. Pronounced Agasso.
Oh, sorry. I've been doing
See?
it all
We're
this
getting there. We're getting there. So I'm going
time.
to ask Mary. We listen. My name's Janine. I've been called everything. I get it totally. I totally
Especially
do.
Jeanette. Yeah.
Yeah, right. So what I'm going to do is ask Mary Grace 4 very easy questions that everybody asks. Feel free to take some notes, ask questions in the chat. We will definitely answer you. And I'm hoping in the next 15 minutes, you'll have information. You'll be armed with information and be able to make a fantastic decision. So we're going to start, Mary Grace, with the synonymous question that if you ask this to 100 people, like we were on, a game show, everyone would have a different answer.
Yes.
So let us know, why direct sales?
Well, direct sales has obviously been a huge influence on my life and on yours. And the first
Yeah.
stepping stone or obstacle to overcome is to actually be willing to listen to what direct sales is, because so many people make assumptions about what direct sales is. You hear those, oh, is that one of those pyramid schemes? Or, the pyramid schemes are where people are like stealing from others. Like
It's
people
true.
at the top are making money and people at the bottom aren't. And in our business, if we're a pyramid scheme, then so is corporate America, because, there are people that can move up through the ranks and they continue to work, and people that come in at an entry level, as we both did, work and make money. So direct sales is really all of the benefits of running your own business without the risk or the overhead, which is my favorite way to explain it. It just means direct to consumer. And in today's world, that's actually a very popular way for people to shop.
Mhm.
They love the online aspect, which we totally can deliver and offer. but they also love that there's a person in between that can help them or to give them advice and fashion tips and stuff like that. So it really is the perfect storm in today's world of retail on how to take care of a customer. Now, you hear this story week after week after week. You tell me you don't get tired of it, but oh well if you do, because I don't get tired of telling it. And that is that David Bach, who wrote The Automatic Millionaire. I've always been like somebody very interested in how to build and grow and personal development. And he wrote this book called The Automatic Millionaire. It was an immediate New York Times bestseller. For all I know, it might still be on the bestseller list. But his goal was to show average people, average everyday Americans, how they could become millionaires in a relatively short time should they take advantage of compounding their money through investing. Mm-hmm. And he wanted to show them how you could do it, which is taking like $300 to $500 a month and investing it. And he was super excited to show people how simple this was and how fast it all added up. And it was a very impressive structure that he was showing. But he said he realized really quickly this wasn't going to go very far because almost every single person that he went to present this plan to basically laughed at him, laughed in his face. And he said he realized how many Americans, like in the 90s percentile, they don't just live paycheck to paycheck. They live beyond paycheck to paycheck. Okay. They live where there's putting something on a credit card or taking out a savings at the end of every month. So the thought of having an extra $300 to $500 to invest really wasn't anywhere on their radar. So being a problem solver, like most business owners are, he said, well, I'm going to solve this problem for these people because this is too big. This is too much of a life changer not to continue to pursue. So as he looked into ways that they could make an extra $300 to $500 a month, his very favorite thing that he landed on was direct sales. Mm-hmm. Because any of the objections that people had in their life that would, like blow up their lifestyle, he could answer positively with direct sales. So now if people say, I don't have enough time, well, you know what? In direct sales, you decide when and where and how you want to work. If people said, I can't do it consistently, well, you can do it whenever you can do it. You decide when you can work, how much money you want to make, especially with all the online aspects right now. And especially with Park Lane, which I know I'm getting a little ahead of the game because we will talk about Park Lane in detail a little bit more. But to my knowledge, we are the only direct sales company that doesn't have any minimums. Right. So there isn't like something you have to do every single month or you're going to lose title or lose pay. So it really is just the perfect storm. If you want to do it a little, do it a little. If you want to do it a lot, do it a lot. If you have a short-term goal, come in, make money right away and knock out that payment, knock out that short-term goal. So I believe in direct sales. It's been life-changing for my family. I know you and I are just a tiny example of people that started it for an immediate goal to make a certain amount of little bit of money and are here all these years later making quite a lot of money. So.
Right. Well, it's interesting because you talked short-term goal, and to be honest, I guess we have some people that are trying to get in right now, so I need to let them in the group. Okay, there we go. So to be honest, short-term goals, people don't think of it that way, but that is really a great point, is that, you could, maybe you're just saving for, a trip, to go on a trip, or maybe you're saving for your child's dentist or, your child's orthodontist, or it really could be anything. So that's actually good. You've never mentioned that. And I really like that. Because that's a good dip your toe situation, where you're coming in for.
Where could you go get a part-time job? Just seriously part-time, like for one goal.
Yeah. And then you meet the goal and you're like, okay, let me reevaluate.
Yes,
let's
exactly.
see.
Like, hey, yeah, maybe
I find that fascinating. So now we know what direct sales is. So how about how does jewelry fit into all of this? Why jewelry?
This is so interesting to me and such a fun question to answer because I was so really ignorant about the power of jewelry. And I used to sell another product. Park Lane is the only company also that I know of that will recognize experience. So I was with this other company for 12 years and I had worked myself up through their ranks. I was one of their top income earners. And Park Lane recognized all of that experience when I came here, when I started to have concerns about that company. So I know I'm doing it again and I'm going off topic, but truly, you guys, if you have experience in direct sales or you know someone who does, lots of times the reason they're not willing to look at something else is the thought of starting all over. You don't have to do that at Park Lane. But anyway, as I was representing this other home product, I literally was someone who thought, who would ever sell jewelry? You know, like, what's the deal? So my favorite example of why you should sell jewelry goes all the way back to our founders. And we started this, like I was there. Shirley and Arthur Levine started this company in 1955. And they were all in, like they were this young, newly married couple. They had entrepreneurial spirits. They did their research. They knew they wanted to do direct sales. They wanted to use other people's living rooms for their showroom. Little did they know someday we'd be using people's like virtuals for their showroom. They wanted to create a business where other people could develop wealth and flexibility, not just them. So they wanted to open it to people like us down the line or whatever. They really weren't sure what product though. And rather than just picking something that came to their mind or that they were interested in at that time, they were super smart and they hired consulting companies. Now they hired 3 separate consulting companies and none of the 3 knew that the others had been hired because they really wanted to do this right. They just wanted non-biased, across the board, really good advice. So they told these 3 consultants, they said, okay, go out into the world and do your research and come back and give us their top 3 product recommendations and be prepared to defend your answers because this is a big decision for us. Well, they were expecting a home product. It was a time when truly in 1955, the main direct sales companies out there were Stanley Home Products and like Mary Kay had just started. Okay. So they're thinking in-home product. I don't know if they were thinking makeup or not. They weren't thinking jewelry, but all 3 of these consultants came back with jewelry as number 1. So their second and third choices varied, but number 1 across the board in jewelry. And boy, did they have stuff to back it up that totally didn't take much convincing. Well, listen to this, you guys. It makes so much sense, but why did I never even think of all this when I used to say who would sell jewelry? Oh my gosh, first of all, let's look at who we sell to. The market is absolutely huge. What I used to sell was a very small market. It was really basically people that were home, wanted to make cozy homes, and we're going to be there until their candle burn out. But jewelry is for everybody. The market is absolutely huge. Men and women, everything in between. If people don't buy jewelry for themselves, which more and more do, they will buy for others because it's one of the number 1 gifts in the world, candy, flowers, and jewelry. In fact, at my other company, yours too, Janine, what was the number 1 reward we would get when we did great with our other company? Jewelry,
Yeah.
So it's so interesting that that's the way that it goes. And that I used to say who would sell jewelry. So it's been around forever. Like when you watch the old movies, whoever figured out the first time to put like a little shell on a string or something, it's like, what'd you do? You look so much better, so accessories are totally what it's all about. Projections and forecasts show it's going to go up tremendously in the next years. Like it's not going anywhere. These are wonderful from the customer base aspect. Sure. But then let's think about it from our aspect. Okay. Here we are, the dolers of the jewelry, it's our job to get out there and show it off. What's the number 1 thing that works for us is when people see it. We wear our product. I have it on right now. And it's not weird to be wearing my product. Like they used to tell us to go put a candle in a grocery cart and like wheel around all day. I'm like, yeah, that would not attract people to me. That would probably repel people from me. But I have my jewelry on and I get compliments on that all the time. Not only do I have my jewelry on, all my customers have my jewelry on, and all my hostesses have my jewelry on, So it's like we're constantly getting feedback, compliments. And, as a human being, I really do love to do things that have purpose. And jewelry has been proven to increase people's confidence. It's the number 1 things that we get compliments on. And it's one of the number 1 conversation starters in the world. So all of these things make jewelry a really great thing to sell. In addition to that, if I asked you guys out there, and you can put in the comments if you want, where do you put a bracelet? Where do you put a ring? where do you put a necklace? Okay. There's no special awesome training. You know, we don't have to learn like body chemistry. We don't have to learn nutritional
No,
aspects. We don't
no.
have to learn burning times, you know, and safety issues. Like you are qualified to sell jewelry if you know where a necklace goes. Congratulations. Okay. And then it's very inexpensive to ship and store. It takes up hardly any parts of my house. My husband was ready to toss me out when we needed a whole full garage for my last product. And it's very easy to carry like the size of a purse if we're going to go out and about with our jewelry. So I could go on and on, but yeah, jewelry is an amazing place to be, an amazing product to sell.
Well, you sold me on it because I was in the same boat, and I mean, I would be like, who would want to sell jewelry? And it's the
Yeah,
most perfect product.
it was obviously coming just from my head. It wasn't coming
Yeah,
from me doing any delving
yeah,
into the
yeah,
statistics.
yeah, no, we were ignorant to the points
Just
of
ignorant. Yeah.
this is the easiest thing
Yes.
actually to ship and store and say, you know, when it comes
Yes.
to that kind of stuff. It's just great points. I love them. Okay, so now that we know why jewelry, why Park Lane jewelry? What makes us
Okay.
different?
Well, I didn't often share this story, and I definitely won't see any names because I absolutely have so
Right.
much respect for direct sales companies. But you know a little bit about this, but it's like a true story, like speaking from my heart and why I chose Park Lane. You know how sometimes when we talk about like putting out positive energy and when things happen, you like have to look at your opportunities. And I
Yeah.
was definitely having some misgivings about the company that I was with. And
Yeah.
and for good reason. They're not there anymore.
Yeah.
And the very same week, I heard from Park Lane, and I heard from another jewelry company. Now, the other jewelry company actually wanted to hire me to be in charge of their whole field, like all of the stylists and stuff. Okay. Um, Park Lane wanted to hire me to come in at a level commensurate with what I had and be able to build a team again. And as
Laterally.
I looked at the two companies, and I thought, you know, no matter what I do, whether I'm training the field or whether I'm, you know, building my own company, so to speak, I want to be able to honestly say that I'm offering the best that I've heard of. And I couldn't honestly say that with the programs with the other company, really any other company. I'm not just saying that, you guys. It's really true. People can't afford to do what we do because they haven't been around since 1955. Okay. They're not cash rich and debt free. So we can afford to do some pretty crazy, wonderful things. So the reason that I chose Park Lane was, first of all, because our programs are so rich, and I will tell you about those in a second, just real quickly, but also because we are a full service jewelry line. And what I
Mhm.
mean by that is most jewelry companies, all that I can think of, even off the top of my head, they have a certain market that they appeal to. They have a niche market. So maybe it's silver, maybe it's Swarovski crystals or charms or pearls. You guys can all think of something like that, right? Great companies, but the market is limited. And one of the things I love about jewelry is the unlimited market. And my customers have told me that they love the variety. So that's really cool. The
Yeah.
other thing is, seriously, we're the biggest direct sales jewelry company in the world, and we've been around the longest. So all of those things, especially having lived through COVID, are really, really wonderful things. Okay. And
Yeah.
everybody has the opportunity. I had as much opportunity to come in here and soar as whoever was there first in 1955. Okay. So, and that's because their programs are so rich. So we have a customer sale that many people think is our hostess program. And it's because it's so generous, and it's buy two for regular, get four for half. Your two regular should be your least expensive, blah, blah, blah. Okay. We'll tell you more about it. Should you join us, and you should. But think about this, you guys. You know how like people are out wearing our jewelry and that helps us? What do you think they're doing with that sale? When we hear a really good sale, we're proud of it, right? We want to share it. So if our customers are sharing it joyfully with their friends because they want them to get in on it, this is such good news for us. It's very easy to repeat, and it's very
Mhm.
memorable. So everybody loves it. So that's just our customers, okay? In addition to that, we have hostesses or hosts, and it's a kind of an old-fashioned term that really just is the best way to say it. And it's
Yeah.
basically when people refer. Okay, so it could be online or it could be in person, but like I've been in a forum just like this where maybe Janine was my hostess and she invited 4 friends to come to Zoom and I'm showing the jewelry. Okay.
Yeah.
Because she brought us together, we're going to reward her with free jewelry. And Park Lane is so incredibly generous. They give a certain amount of free jewelry per order. So it is not based on how much their friends spend, which we love because that's something else we hear, right? Is I hate to ask my friends to come and spend money, you know, but it's like,
I don't want to make them buy anything. I'm like, you're
yes,
not making them do anything, and neither are we.
Yes, but I'm like, but when I can start and say, oh my gosh, Janine was so excited to share this sale with her friends. It's true. And that's so different. You know, just ask them to come buy something so you can get free stuff. But our average hostess gets anywhere from $300 to $1,000 in free and discounted jewelry. I'm not exaggerating even a little bit. Yeah. We go in pretty much knowing you're going to get at least 100. And that was at the end of a really good show at my last company. That's what the people got for free. So I absolutely love that. And then the profit program. You know, we start this business for so many different reasons. We stay in this business for so many different reasons. In fact, the one that I hear most often is just because we're so upbeat and fun, like I'm talking about myself, fun, but we're upbeat, we're supportive, we're a great circle of people, we're a fun side gig when life is so full of stresses. I really hear that as one of the number one reasons, but bottom line, we want to get paid. You know, the difference between a hobby and a job is a hobby costs money and a job pays money. Well, we pay really, really well. We're the highest paid in the direct sales industry, to the point that other direct sales industry had to raise their minimums because they were trying to compete with Park Lane way back in 1955. Right. So, so our starting pay is 30%. And you work yourself all the way up to 50% and not with much difficulty. Once you achieve a rank or achieve a level, you stay there. If you have to take a few months off because someone's sick or whatever, we're not going to penalize you for that. Nope. We believe in leading with the carrot, not with the stick. And there's a lot of carrots. So we have a car program, Mercedes car program. We have where you can get free jewelry up to $1,000 in free jewelry every single month. I don't think I've missed it even once. And then that's your jewelry to do with as you wish. You can make 100% profit if you sold that, right? Also, I just lost my train of thought.
Well, no minimums.
It's
no
the smartest
minimums,
way to buy it.
Yeah.
Right? If you're a customer and you can take advantage of the sale. Oh, yeah. And you can get a paycheck too. Oh, yeah. You just got a 30% discount. So it's the friends and family discount.
Friends and family.
Most of the direct sales companies don't pay their reps on what they buy. That is not typical. They usually have a direct to company profit center where we're like, oh, wish I hadn't signed her up because now she's just buying from the company instead of from me. You know, no, she can buy from herself and she still gets paid. So it's all good. So a lot of positives with Park Lane. I probably left some out.
No, you didn't. When you said you lost your train of thought, but before I say what I want to say, I do want you all to click that share button from our business page. We missed out on that in a second. I have to make a note on my cards to say it when you start talking after you talk about direct sales. But click the share button because Mary Grace is going to give away an extra gift tonight to somebody who clicked that share. So you want to go on our Grace and Grit Studio business page and click the share it on your walls. Say, hey, anybody looking for a little side gig? Take a listen to these gals. And we're gonna look at all the shares and we'll pick a winner and you'll know tomorrow. But what I wanted to say was, I think one of the most powerful things, I don't know, I think our sales program and our host program is one of the most powerful things we have. But to be honest, coming from another company and being in direct sales as long as I have, it's the no minimums, no quotas that really draws me here.
Yeah.
Really draws me here. Because most companies and my friends who have been in direct sales a long time with other companies, they really fight to do their minimums and their quotas. And I think that's really hard. I don't want to have to buy product just because. I don't think that's appropriate. So we don't have to do that here, which is awesome. Okay, sorry, I went really offline here. But last question, and I say this, and all year round, you always give the greatest answer. Why is now a great time? Why is now a great time to join? Thanks for everybody who shared. Comment if you shared this video.
Yes, and once again, I'm going to go ahead and use what my bigger platform is, which is I really, as I age and have been in this type of business and personally helped others develop and hopefully myself, I really want to share some of the things I learned. And, guys, first of all, congratulations on being here. If you are watching this, seriously, you have just put yourself in the top 5% of people in the world as far as taking a chance on something. 95% of people in the world are into failure avoidance. So they'll complain about their situation, but they don't really seek information to do anything about their situation. So first, that's a great one. Another thing that I do is that as I'm reading about successful people, and I honestly, it's probably been thousands of books at this point, right? What I look is for intersections of where like people did the same thing, like, oh, all successful people do this. And there really are some. And one of them, one of my favorites is do it now, which means lean in, which is the success principle, which means successful people don't overthink things. And that's why now is a really great point. It's like when you're driving with your headlights and you can see the road in front of you, you're not all stressed out because you can't see what's around the next corner. You trust that the headlights will help you when you get to that corner. That's what happens here is when you go, okay, I'm going to try it. The very worst thing that can happen is you don't like it. And if you don't like it, all that we ask is that you keep all the money that you made, you keep all the jewelry that you earned, and that you just continue to be our customer. So it really is, why now is like, why not now? Now is the time. That being said, it's always so fun to be in on something new. And we just dropped our summer capsule. Yes. So and it's like, get it now, like it's first come, first serve. So when it's gone, it's gone. But then we go right into our new fall catalog pretty soon after. So this is actually such a wonderful time to be like, even if people have, are familiar with Park Lane in your circle, well, good, because now you have something new to show them, right? So, and then anything that you're worried about, like we all worry, like I can remember looking at my husband and saying, but what if no one wants to buy from me? And he goes, well, I'll tell you what. And I'm like, okay. He said, if you don't do this, no one's going to buy from you. That's right. You're right. That was it in the circle. And our kit. Our kit is $99. You've probably been waiting for that information since the beginning. I should lead with it because it's so inexpensive. It's obviously a write-off on your taxes, but it's also really not an expense. It's really not even to pay. You're not paying for anything. What you're doing is you're getting jewelry. So for $99, you get $500 worth of jewelry. If there's something extra going on right now, I should know this. Do you know? Okay.
Yeah, 100, 200, 300 until the end of the week. But yeah, there's the extra for new people. Yeah.
Okay, extra. So $500 worth of jewelry for $99. Mm-hmm. You have a show. The person that invited you to this does your show. But everything they do is for you. It can be online, it can be in person, but they do it for you. So it's kind of called like a promotional party. This is the way that we let everybody know, like, hi, I'm Mary Grace, and I'm handing your business over to so-and-so. I'm so excited she's here. That very show, you guys, you get paid on. So it's not even really a $99 expense because you already get a paycheck before that's even due on your credit card, and you will come out ahead of the game. The $99, there's no hidden costs. It gives you everything that you need to get up and running, your own website, all of the back office. We don't charge credit card fees. Park Lane just lets you use credit cards. So all of that stuff is encircled or encompassed in that $99. It's really an unbelievable deal. Yeah.
It's insane. So listen, those of you who are watching, thank you for clicking the share from our business page. If you're watching from the Grace and Grit Studio group, the private group, you're going to want to hop on over to our Grace and Grit Studio page, our business page, where you can like and follow that. And then you can be a part of our giveaway of the shares. We appreciate all of you for hopping on. Mary Grace, this was really good. You really hit some things tonight that really hit home for me. I listen to this every week, but honest to God, when I tell you, it's always good to listen to. And I do want to thank those of you who jumped on. I'm seeing a lot of people said they clicked the share button. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us tonight. Does anybody have any questions? You can go ahead and pop them really quick in the chat. We'll be happy to answer them.
And in the Grace and Grit Studio, pinned to the top, it says there's a Google survey. That is your drawing ticket, or whatever I'm trying to say, entry, in order to win free jewelry. It even asks you
I've just dropped it in the chat here.
Perfect.
So
And so grab it right now, you guys. That's what you need to fill out. And it even asks you what kind of jewelry you like so that I can kind of like make
Curate.
it personal for you and try to send something that really will appeal to you. So go ahead and fill out that Google survey. And we will make sure whether you decide to join us or not that you get some free jewelry. I hope you will. I look so forward to meeting so many of you, working with you and growing with you. It's nothing to lose. So we hope you decide to try Park Lane. Janine, thanks so much. Week after week. I just got nervous that I said your name wrong.
Oh, you said it right. Have a great night, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.